So, ladies and gentlemen, we have given you an overview of what's happening within the sports industry. Now, to kind of get the right answers out, we're lucky that we've actually been joined by an international karate player and international karate judge as well. He happens to be Muhammad Adnan. Aslam Saab. Hello, sir. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning.
Walaikum assalam.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine.
Thank you very much for joining us.
And thank you for being so patient as well. So I think let's begin the conversation. Karate is something that you cannot move online even if the pandemic is going on.
Sir.
How was it impacted by COVID?
Because you cannot play karate if you're going to stay 6 feet apart.
Yeah, definitely. Since last year when the COVID is entered in our community, particularly like other sports are disturbed, but I would like to tell you that karate is also very much disturbed because we're trying, or all over the world, we're trying to teach online karate, but it's not possible. You have to go to gyms or indoor clubs. But unfortunately, all indoor gyms or clubs are closed, and especially the professional players, they are unable to do professional training, especially for international events. Or unfortunately, we have missed many international events because of COVID-19.
Of course, but you know, more than the sportsman part of it, there is also an economic side to it. Because if you're talking about a coach, that if you're doing it well privately, even if you're doing it for an institution like a school or a college for that matter, you were not doing that for 1.5 years. You must, or you or people actually belonging to that very segment must have taken a huge hit because of it. Is it so, or do you disagree with me?
No, yes, I agree with you because I have so many friends and so many colleagues that they are doing jobs in schools as karate instructors, but from the last 1 year, they are doing nothing and they are just at home and they are searching for any other jobs because their clubs, their indoor clubs are already closed and their schools are already closed. So they are very much, they are in very trouble.
Of course.
Because of source of income. They don't have any source of income. They are trying to do some other things.
Exactly. And sir, exercise regimes as well. Now, coming back to Adnan Sahab over here. Now, Adnan Sahab, you know, let's not act stupid, and I'm sorry that if anybody takes it as an offense, and it's because of the fact that we have seen cricket happening all over the year, right? We have seen PSL matches, we have seen IPL matches, we have seen that now the PSL matches will be taking place in Abu Dhabi, you know, and they came up with this idea of biosecure bubble. So if we were supposed to get all of these events sorted, why couldn't we manage to have our own biosecure bubble so that at least whatever the local or probably international events were there, so that they can take place at their time?
Yes, definitely you are right. Our government must revise sports policy regarding COVID-19 because this is not the solution to close the gym all throughout the year.
True.
It is also very important for increase your immunity.
Yeah.
It's not the solution to just close the gym and close the indoor clubs because this is the time we have to live with COVID-19.
Yeah.
Because we don't know this is the third wave, is the last wave, or maybe it is a continuation of next fourth or fifth wave. So we have to live with this COVID-19, or we have to make some SOPs. Especially I would like to tell you that like karate, martial arts or gym trainings, as you know that during this training we are already maintaining social distancing.
Okay.
At least more to 6 feet distancing, like karate training or gym training. We can do with SOPs, or it would be harmful for us, but not that would be the source of suppression of COVID-19. So we should start open the gyms or clubs with SOPs.
So you're saying that is one of the ways we can also achieve the herd immunity we've been waiting for?
Definitely.
Okay, but Adnan Sahab, you mentioned something very interesting. You said the sports policy should be revised now because the world will be new, if not, well, any different. It will definitely be new. So what are some of the things you suggest must be incorporated in the policy?
Actually,
keeping under consideration the pandemic, of course.
Yeah, definitely, especially during pandemics, as you know very well that our events are still cancelled and postponed.
Yeah.
Even I also missed 2 international events last year, and one international Asian Championship and the World Championship.
Okay.
And now it is going to be planned in December. Government should plan local or national events with SOPs so that our players which are doing nothing from the last 1 year, they should more active and will participate in this event, and especially they should also think on that what will be the source of income for their coaches, for the instructors. And the mostly gyms, they are unable to pay their rent. True. And they are just thinking to close their businesses.
That's true.
That's true. And you know, I want to build up on this. In fact, I'm going to kind of request the authorities that, you know, think otherwise as well. okay, we want these SOPs in place, we want the positivity ratio of COVID to go down so that, you know, everybody can actually live a normal and healthy life. But how do you expect people to live a normal and a healthy life if the gyms are shut down? You know, for all of those people who wanted to work out, who want to exercise, who want to have better immunity, who want to have better physical physique as well, you know, you're shutting down gyms. Imagine people sitting home is actually making them more sick. Don't you agree to that?
I sort of do agree to that, but now is a good time because vaccination is open for people above 19 as well,
Yeah.
which means technically the most major chunk of the society is covered. Of course, the toddlers or the teenagers are still at risk, but that is the chunk that goes to gym anyway, or out for that matter for work, if not school. So fingers crossed, inshallah, this will definitely change things. What do you think about it? Do you think vaccination will change the face of the sports industry now?
Not exactly right now,
Really?
because there's very confusion regarding vaccination, but we should
Okay.
go for vaccination.
Yes,
We
it's
should
very
go,
important.
definitely very important for all of us, and especially for sportsmen, because we have to go out of country as well, and we must go for vaccination.
Exactly, that's wonderful, Adnan sir, but I would want you to kind of come back, you know, a question prior to what we were asking, and that was, you yourself said that, you know, that the government really needs to make sure that, you know, there are new policies in place. Now, God forbid, we are not sure whether there's not going to be any other wave, and we cannot even say that there will be any other wave, you know, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Now, what I want people to know or people to do is that, for example, we have an independent authority, Pakistan Cricket Board for cricket, right? Why do not we have independent authorities for all sorts of sports over here in Pakistan? Because PCB, for example, if they actually have to make sure that there is this series which is going to take place, they will invest themselves onto the players, make sure that they'll take them to a hotel, make them stay over there, make a biosecure bubble, and whatever management is required, they will follow that.
Yes.
Now, as a matter of fact, speaking about hockey, speaking about boxing, speaking about tennis, table tennis, you know, any other sport, we have a Pakistan sports board.
Yes.
And that's it, pretty much. But if we want sports to exist over here, or probably in anywhere in the world, we would want some independent authorities to look after individually after the sports as well. Otherwise, the existence of sports will
die down.
Yeah, I mean, it's a question mark, and it's a hazardous question mark. And it's because of the fact that the existence won't be possible for all of these sports. So how would you recommend that we can actually have individual bodies which are going to look into the sport itself individually?
I totally agree with you that like PCB, we must have as an individual departments and individual authority.
Obviously.
Because as I am
And we have
representing-
provincial associations
yes,
and
definitely.
whatnot.
Even we have national or provincial or district associations,
Yeah.
but they are under the Pakistan Sports Boards.
Yes.
But we don't have any individual or any separate authorities.
Yeah.
We must collaborate with the Pakistan.
Which means there's no budget, you know,
no
for,
budget,
for a
definitely.
particular
We have very
sport.
limited budget. We are very
And
limited
that was
budget.
not allocated to people or sportsmen.
Yes, properly they are
Because-
not allocated, and even our players, they are unable to go outside on Pakistan funds. They have to manage by themselves.
You know, not knowing a lot about the sports itself, I think what, to my understanding, is that Pakistan, well, people who take care of the sports here really just look at the revenue generation, because that is the only thing that makes me understand why there's a lot of attention to cricket. Cricket is, yes, very popular in the world, but then that is what we're looking at. No one is looking at the, well, human index for that matter, or the psychological aspect of it for that matter, which is why I think there's just one umbrella institution and all the sports come under that. Well, of course, it is very unfair. But towards the end, Adnan Sahab, first of all, thank you so much for joining us. I want you to present a closing note, probably a message to all the institutional authorities who are listening. How can we make sure that COVID is no more impacting our sports industries?
Yes, I will give the message that our sports will not affect, if you allow us for training,
Yes.
especially indoor trainings, which is not allowed. It will not affect, even it will be effective to increase the immunity.
All right.
Or it will be effective for our physical, our mental health.
Yes.
So we need to increase our physical and mental health, or which we have last years we are unable to do anything. So my request to our government to must revise on these policies and allow us to do indoor trainings with SOPs.
With a
Yes.
karate chop.
Yes, definitely with karate or indoor gyms or all indoor activities, they are right now
And we
closed.
truly get your message as well. Thank you very much, Adnan sir, for joining us. It was wonderful to be in conversation with you, and that too on a very important topic. And ladies and gentlemen,